Welcome students. In today's video I am going to discuss one very important phenomena in the female reproductive system, and that is known as menstrual cycle. This has been depicted in your book at page number 50 in the diagram 3.9. You can see here that this is a graphical representation of the menstrual cycle, and in the left side this is the vertical line which is represented as x-axis, and the horizontal line that is showing the number of days starting from 1 up to the day of 29. And on the x-axis, that is on the vertical axis, you can see here from base to top the uterine events, the ovarian hormone level, the ovarian events, and the pituitary hormone level. So we are starting here from the ovarian events and ovarian hormone. What you see in the ovarian events, that the follicles which are present inside the ovary of the female body is gradually growing in size. This growth in the follicle is due to the activity of the pituitary hormone, which is represented at the top. These two hormones are the follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. From day one, we see that the level of follicular stimulating hormone is almost constant, whereas the ovarian hormone, that is the estrogen, it is represented just below, and this estrogen is shown to have a very fine increase in its secretion. And this secretion of estrogen is from the follicular cells, and the FSH and the estrogen both are the female hormone which are acting on the follicular cells. Because of the FSH action of FSH, follicular size is growing. At the mid of the cycle, during the 14th or 15th day of the cycle, what we see that there is a sudden rise in the secretion of luteinizing hormone, which is known as the event of luteal surge, and this leads to the rupture of matured Graafian follicle, and by the rupture of matured Graafian follicle, ova is released, and the event is known as ovulation. The remaining part of the Graafian follicle forms the corpus luteum, and corpus luteum in fact is acting like an endocrine gland which is responsible to secrete the hormone progesterone, which is represented here by a red line. And this red line after 15th day is showing its sharp increase in its secretion. It is because once the ova has been released, it is likely to get fertilized, and if the ova is fertilized, thereafter its zygote will be formed, and zygote requires to have implanted within the uterus for its further development, and that's why the thickening of the endometrium of uterus is required. The thickening of endometrium of uterus can take place only if there is the higher secretion of progesterone from the corpus luteum. So these are some of the important changes that is taking place during the menstrual cycle. One more thing that you need to know here, that if the corpus luteum is continuously secreting the progesterone hormone and the endometrium has thickened, the ova at that moment must have fertilized for its implantation. If in case the ova is not finding any male gamete for its fertilization, thereafter this corpus luteum start to degenerate. The ova loses its viability, and as the corpus luteum is degenerating, the level of progesterone secretion by the corpus luteum also declines, and this red line of progesterone secretion you can see here during the day 20, 23 or 22, it has started decline, and at the 29th day it has come much below. It means there is very poor secretion of progesterone. Due to this poor secretion of progesterone, this thick endometrium cannot maintain itself, it will also degenerate. So, these degenerated tissue of endometrium, the corpus luteum, and the degenerated ova all come out from the female body as menstrual flow. And again, the same cycle is repeated, and this monthly cycle is keep on continuing in the female body. This is all about the menstruation. We shall discuss the next after menstruation, another events taking place in the reproductive life of male and female body in the next video. Thank you.